So it's been a busy afternoon down here at Peterborough Sports. We've just had two players sign their contracts for the season in Josh McCammon and Dan Lawler. I'm joined now by one of joint managers, Luke Steele. How are you feeling about the players that are signed so far? Happy?
I'm absolutely delighted. The last 2 days has been great because I think when you've got players who are out of contract, there's clearly interest from other levels, bigger clubs, so-called bigger clubs. So retaining a player almost feels like the
Mm.
same as just a new signing
Yeah.
because these boys, they have the opportunities to go elsewhere and they've done fantastic, and they deserved all the credit they've got. But when you get to a summer, obviously the ones who have done well, which is most of our squad, um, they're obviously tempted by other offers. So when I get somebody over the line, like the four who we just have, it's just great. It's a credit to them as footballing people. It's a credit to the club for making it appealing enough for them to stay, and it's a credit to all the players who obviously built this togetherness over the past some year, some 5 years, and some more. It's a credit to the whole place to see lads who want to stay and continue to build, this journey that we're all on, because all of us will be forgotten one day. We'll all move on, and the club will hopefully carry on forever.
It's
So
um it's such a relief. Like you say, to get those players over the line. I imagine retained players are just as important as obviously bringing new players in. Um, First pre-season as a manager. How are you finding it so far?
yeah, it's been interesting. It's actually harder than coaching and managing because although the season stops, and I've known this for a long time, um, for our job as managers and coaches in a football club is to then rebuild, and it starts straight away as soon as the last game is finished. We have to rebuild and take care of the ones that we're offering new contracts to, make hard decisions sometimes. That's been very, very difficult, making those phone calls. Um, and then obviously look into the future of who we want to recruit, but also getting the calculator out and literally going through finances and the position the club's in, because we'd love an open checkbook like most clubs, but that's not how a business should be ran. It can be ran for a certain period of time, and we've seen it time and time again where clubs have gone under. And I certainly would never be a part of a club that operated like that. So I think Tim's on the same level. Of course, it ultimately comes down to him how much we spend. So yeah, once I got to know the numbers and went back to my maths days, and realize what, not just what we want, but what it should be done, and it becomes clear. And that's obviously taken time because the ownership was rushed through. I came in with Michael quite late, so it's been really interesting. I've learned so
Yeah.
much these past 6 weeks, especially while being off season.
Um, can you give us a bit of an insight into possibly the next couple of weeks? Any more retained players you've got in mind, or any new signings? Are you busy at the moment trying to get a few players across the line?
Yep. So we've got all the offers have been accepted that we wanted in. Bar Izzy is going to move on. I think he um, possibly have offers that he can't turn down, which I understand. We
Yeah.
wanted to keep him, and we made that clear. Foxy, although we thought he was going to Dubai, um, has taken a U-turn and signed for Telford, which again we would love to have kept him. That's just the way it's gone. And so in those positions, we need both a left back and a right back.
Yeah.
Um, we will then sign a few more, the retained ones. Jordan Nicholson, hopefully. Um, Streaky's got married yesterday, so that takes its toll and its time, and a couple of others. And then, yeah, we need to sign some players, which obviously we've worked really hard to do. Um, I like to do the business behind closed doors and really take my time. But again, it's been finance driven because I can't offer things to people without other players knowing what they're doing. So, as the fans know and the people have been told, that CK's leaving the club. He's a fantastic guy, a really good player. But again, I think it's for the best of. Although we're sad to see him leave, I think it's kind of a win-win, lose-lose situation there. I would have been more than happy for him to stay. But he expressed his desire to leave, and also for the good of the club, I think it makes financial sense. So there have been hard decisions, hard things
Mm.
to deal with. But I think ultimately, again, me and Tim and Michael have done what's right for the football club, and I can sleep very well at night knowing that. And so now we're going to be looking to sign different players, and hopefully get some movement going this next couple of weeks.
Cool. Last little thing from me then. Obviously, we found out yesterday that the fixtures are being released on the 5th of July. Pre-season's around the corner. Um, any plans for pre-season? Obviously, we've announced the fixtures. Any more in the pipeline, or are you happy with what you got so far in terms of the schedule?
Yeah, no, there's been a few switches. People certain grounds, a lot of them are doing pitch improvements. We're now looking to change the Spalding game on the 8th. I know you guys will release it properly, but us or Spalding can't host the game because the pitch is getting a revamp, which is great news. I mean, it's like a new signing. I've made that clear to Tim. It wasn't the worst pitch in the world, but hopefully, I'm told it can be improved massively, and that is just such a joy to hear. So I don't mind missing 2 or 3 games if that was the case. But yeah, on the 8th, we're going to hopefully get a different fixture, but it's not the most important weekend for a game. Happy to have the fixtures. It'd be brilliant when we play Posh here. My old side, Barnsley, are going to bring a team down. We're supposed to play Corby and Stamford away, which is great. I want to reduce the travelling as much as I can. That's the main priority for me in pre-season when it comes to games. I don't want the boys or the fans travelling far at all. So everybody in the local area should be playing each other, because all of a sudden we've got these teams that Stamford have got promoted, Spalding are strong. We're obviously in a great league, and Posh are too. So, it's a nice little footballing area. So we should be playing each other in pre-season. So we might add another one to that. I'd love to get Panathinaikos here
Be
from
amazing.
Greece, but apparently it's just a little bit far to travel.
Yeah, amazing. Well, thanks very much, Luke. We'll catch up in a couple of weeks.
Brilliant. Cheers. Thanks.